Hello one and all, welcome to Seeing Through Glass. Today I'm stood at the back of my car because I want to talk to you about that, my Quicksilver exhaust system. Now I know what you're thinking. Here's another YouTuber making an egotistical video about his own car. You're kind of right, but bear with me because I've been wanting to make this video for quite a bit of time. Ever since I had this Quicksilver exhaust system fitted to my car, I've been contacted by lots of different people who wanted to film it. Paul Wallace made a video for his channel. I made a video whilst in Monaco with Thomas from World Supercars. And I suddenly realised I myself have never made an exhaust video. I made the video collecting the car, my initial reactions, but since then I haven't really celebrated it. And over the last month, I've obviously taken this car to lots of different places and experienced this exhaust in many different situations. And now I feel like I know it, I understand it, I breathe it, I live it. It rumbles through me. That I kind of want to take some time during this Euro tour to kind of sum up whether I think it's a worthwhile modification. Because let's face it, the stock F-Type sounds incredible. Whether you have the V6, the V6S or the V8, or potentially even the new SVR, I haven't heard one yet. It's an incredible sound, so why would you ever modify it? I'm going to tell you a few reasons why I think you should, and if you do, you should look at the Quicksilver system. I've said it before, but this exhaust system was the first time I've ever modified an exhaust on a car. So I really didn't know what to expect when I put the Quicksilver exhaust onto my Jaguar F-Type. It has completely transformed the car, and I do hear that a lot from people when they're talking about cars and modifying them, but especially modifying exhaust, of how it just completely changes the characteristics. And obviously the F-Type R stock exhaust isn't exactly bad sounding. But what this exhaust has done is basically take all the best elements of the stock exhaust and heighten them. And for me, the best part of that is the low revs idle sound. Because previously in this car, when you were just cruising around town, it was very quiet, very civilized, because it is a drag. But I wanted a bit more theatre and a bit more atmosphere because I am a child, and that's what I like from my cars. when cruising around town, it gives you that gargle, that barble, that sort of more intense and rich sound. And then when you want to, you can open it up and it becomes that beast you just need and want it to be with this hunking V8. I've been very lucky in the last month or so to have taken this car to kind of every different scenario, and therefore tried this exhaust in every different scenario. Cruising around town in London, UK motorway drives, blasting down through Europe, Monaco, tunnels, the whole lot. And the exhaust is bedded in, and it is bedded into my life. I've already touched on the sort of low revs gargle. I've kind of mentioned the big, screaming, loud V8 part, but we have to talk about, firstly, the Crackles. The Crackles, I think, are an iconic part of the entire F-Type range, from V6 through to V8. And this exhaust amplifies them so much that it is literally gunfire. There have been so many drives over the last few weeks especially where people have been following me like, oh my god, your car is mad. And the thing is, there is a way to control them. Anyone who's driven an F-Type before kind of figures it out. When you're moving through the gears, as you're coming down the gears, between about 3,000 and 4,000 RPM, what you need to do is feather the throttle. So there we go, into third gear. And you can keep it going for so long, and all I'm doing is like patting the accelerator, just kind of tapping it, feathering it ever so lightly, and it just throws shots fired. Yeah, I've never said that before in my life. People often ask me like, how do you make the Crackles go crazy? And as I say, anyone who's driven F-Type figures it out pretty quickly, and it is so much fun. And the Quicksilver system just goes, let's amplify those Crackles! The other thing, which you have to be in sport mode for, and I think, let's go into dynamics so it really captures it, is the upshift, what I call upshift fart, which this car for me didn't do at all before, but now really does. So when you're winding it out, as you hit the red line, it does a big fart. I'll show you. But it does this big like crack. Crack! And that is a new thing, purely from the Quicksilver exhaust. I never heard that with the stock sound. Maybe I wasn't pushing the car hard enough. But that has been so much fun, because when you're really hounding it and then you get that big upshift, crack! You're like, hell yeah! The last thing worth discussing about this Quicksilver system, which for me has made it so worthwhile, is the fact that now I can cruise around with the windows down and the exhaust is still in your face. Because when I had the stock sound, I felt that when I put the windows down I couldn't hear anything. All I got was wind, because they're quite big windows, and all I got was wind noise, and I lost that exhaust unless I was up against a wall or something. Whilst this, windows down, and it's like the exhaust is here. It is so special. So there we go, a bit of an overview summary of the Quicksilver system that I now run on my F-Type. And I honestly think if you have an F-Type, don't knock a modified exhaust system. I know that the stock system sounds so good, but this in particular, the Quicksilver system, to me, transforms this car and takes it up another level. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm back to London tomorrow. Give it a thumbs up if you have, and make sure you subscribe for plenty more videos to come of Honda Jeeps. We are headed to Bologna today, but I'm hoping via some very epic Italian driving roads. Another reason why Italy is better than France. You just come across Lambos in the middle of nowhere.